He's C.J. Wilson, the Angels starting pitcher, back on the program. Do you watch Home Run Derby last night?
I watched a little bit of it. I was actually just talking to my buddy Jimmy from Hot Clicks about it right now, and he thinks Bryce Harper's mohawk is just too tall. I think it's perfect, but
What did you see Harper's brother's mustache?
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, it was like Raleigh Fingers.
I don't know what he's using in there though. I don't know. You gotta test him for. Might have some sort of illegal wax or whatever.
Would you pitch to a teammate during Home Run Derby?
No, I can't. No, trying to throw the ball 50 miles an hour over the plate like that is really actually very hard to do for me. I try to throw batting practice in the off season sometimes just to get my arm in shape, and I end up hitting guys.
But how? And you see pitchers sometimes when there's a grounder back to them, and they have to throw it like 40 feet, and you guys screw it up. Why is that?
Yeah, it's because you're calibrated to throw the ball as hard as you can, and you literally think you're going to throw it through the guy's chest because he's so close. And you're like, oh, I can't kill this guy. He's my friend. And then you go, and then you float it into the dugout or something. I've gotten better at it, but at first I was a little bit dodgy at it when I first started because I used to, play outfield and stuff like that. So I was only used to making long throws. It was kind of weird.
But if I'm a pitcher, I don't want to watch guys hit home runs.
Yeah, but it's kind of a scouting report because if you look at a guy like Cespedes, I actually have to pitch against him. It's like he's specifically requesting the ball slow down and in. I'm like, okay, that's where I don't throw it.
So don't throw it 50 miles an hour inside, then you're going to be okay against him?
Yeah, exactly. If I don't throw lollipops, curveballs down and in, then I'll probably be fine.
Explain that sound, though. You release the ball, and they hit a home run. What's that sound like?
Oh, the only thing that goes through your head is no. You're like hoping, like in slow motion, that you can will the ball foul. That's the best when they hit one down the line, and you're like, oh, go foul, and you're literally saying that to yourself. But if a guy smashes one, it sounds like a pile full of money just getting lit on fire.
What's the deepest home run you ever gave up?
Jeff Francoeur hit a homer off me in spring training this year that went over the batter's eye in Tempe. The wind was blowing out 20 miles an hour, and I joked with him about it when we played because I said I was ducking the Royals this year because I didn't want to face him. But, I know that sounds kind of lame, but I actually give up a lot of fence scrapers. If I give up a big one, it's usually really high, and then it goes down like right below the fence, right behind the fence.
Don't you want to give up a bomb instead of a fence scraper?
Hell no, because then someone just lords that over you for the rest of your career. Like, oh, dude, it was 470 off you, haha.
Well, wait a minute. Who has brought that up in the off season of taking you deep?
I was involved in a controversy last year about this exact subject, so I'm not gonna re-engage it. I don't know if you remember that controversy at all.
Wait, did I bring it up?
No, you didn't bring it up. It was somebody had brought it up, and then I pulled a prank on somebody on Twitter because of it, because they,
yeah,
that they were going to hit homers off me.
Yeah.
So I don't really talk about that, but or how many times I strike people out. I don't really talk about that, but I don't really think that you want to give up long home runs.
And I'm not bringing up Napoli. We move on from that topic.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to C.J. Wilson of the Angels, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Wait, did I just put you in a bad mood?
No. I'm just staring here at the press release for the RBI program. So tonight, talking about striking people out, right?
Wait a minute. You're making a left turn in the right lane? You can't do that yet, can you?
I'm a left-hander. I can left turn whenever I want.
All right, we'll get back to then baseball, but give your pop for Head and Shoulders.
Okay, yeah. So. I'm here in New York right now, hanging out, watching the All-Star Game, Home Run Derby, stuff like that. And tonight, if the pitcher strikes out the side in the second inning, then Head and Shoulders, because it's the season of the whiff and they're donating money for every strikeout, is actually going to donate $1 million to the RBI program, which is a great program getting, underprivileged kids in the inner cities and stuff a chance to play baseball that normally wouldn't. So $1 million if someone strikes out the side, that's a pretty good deal. So the guys should just strike out anyways. That's kind of my
That would be nice.
It's for the kids. If you don't strike out in the second, it's because you hate kids. That's the bottom line.
I remember Curt Schilling saying that he was telling guys what he was going to throw. Like he would say, like to A-Rod, he said, I'm going to throw you fastballs. And I don't think A-Rod believed him. And then I think he struck him out. But he said, look, I was telling him what I was going to throw him, and he still didn't believe me.
Well, Kurt is a very confident guy, and he's had a lot of success, so I'm sure he was able to pull stuff like that off. I have never struck out 300 guys in a season, so, I don't really know if I can get away with that. Although I will tell certain guys, like Morales from Seattle, his first couple of bats against me, he was hitting singles. And this year, because he was on the team last year, and I was joking with him because I got him to pop out a couple of years ago. I never faced him, like almost never faced him, except for one time I got him like out on a changeup. And I'm like, hey, don't complain, man. I'm going to throw you all fastballs. And he's like, okay. So then I throw him a couple of fastballs. Then he hits a single. And I look at him, and I'm like, oh, a single? That's all you got? You know what's coming? And, So, he's really funny. He's kind of like, yeah, fastball, whatever, So sometimes there is that. You try to separate the friendship factor, when you're out there pitching, because I mean, at least for me, some guys are out there like laughing and joking. I try to stay serious just because I'm trying to focus on making the pitch and not throwing the ball off the back net. But a lot of guys will yap at the hitter. They'll yell stuff at the hitter or whatever, or they'll just talk. Like Jake Peavy just talks, and if he makes a bad pitch, he'll be like, "Dang it, Jake, that's a terrible pitch." He's like, "Wait, what?" So it's actually really funny. The sounds of the game.
How did you, unlike the expectations for this team? It was World Series or bust this year, wasn't it? Was that fair?
Well, it's the same for every team. Every team has high expectations. It's the major leagues. It's not the it's not the major charity league. It's the Major League Baseball. So
yeah, but the Angels dominated the offseason, and the price tag with everybody there, the payroll there. That it's different than other teams.
The payroll's high, but just because you sign a guy to a contract doesn't mean that he's not gonna sprain his ankle or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's like we've had a lot of injuries and stuff like that take our toll. Weaver missed a bunch of time. Borges, who's supposed to be our starting center fielder, has missed a bunch of time. Albert is not healthy. He's got some foot problems and knee problems and stuff like that going on. So it's kind of a bummer in that regard. All I can do is go out there and pitch, and in National League games try to get a hit and go first to third. That's all I can try to do. But it's kind of a downer. But realistically speaking, there's still a lot of time for us to figure out how to play better baseball. We just haven't played good enough baseball for a long enough period of time. We've played good baseball for like 10 games here, 10 games there, something like that. But it just hasn't. It's just been pretty. I mean, it's frustrating, to be honest with you, because I didn't expect our team to not be good, but we're not that good right now. So we got to figure it out, because otherwise it's just going to be another long off season, and we're going to be reading about all these other guys winning the World Series, and that sucks a lot. So it's kind of it's a difficult thing, because you would hope that more guys would do better, but you can only play in one uniform at a time. You know what I mean?
How'd you get engaged?
The traditional way, I bought a ring, and then I asked her to marry me. It wasn't like a contest or a TV show or anything like that, if that's what you mean.
Well, okay, but did you knew the answer, right, before you asked?
Yeah, we had talked about it.
Oh, okay.
We've been together. We've been together for over a year and a half. So it was something that we'd been through. I'd been down to Brazil. I'd met the family. I've learned how to speak Portuguese, all that stuff. So it's been a fun process.
Did you ask her to marry you in Portuguese?
No. I actually completely surprised her. It was 100% ambush. The guys that try to make this big production and like, oh, I'm going to hide this ring under a rock, and then we're going to go on this hike, and there's going to be an eagle. I mean, there's like, chick's going to sniff that out, I think, at some point. So I was just kind of more paranoid about getting sniffed out. So I was like, well, and the big problem was we're staying in Houston with my friends, and their kids, they have 7-year-old twins, and the kids knew about it, and I'm like, the kids are going to blow it for me.
Absolutely.
I know they're going to blow it for me. So I had to get it out there before the kids blew it.
Wait, did you go one knee?
Oh yeah, I did the whole thing.
What if she shook you off?
I mean, that's a difficult one to stomach right there. What do you do? I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have to find out.
Put down another sign or something. Put down two fingers.
You're shaking to get the sign that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got nothing else to go to. All I got is this ring in the box,
Well, it's good chatting with you again. Good luck with the Head and Shoulders event tonight, second inning, and good luck with when are you getting married?
This off season.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah, I hate the long engagement. That's just for people that it's like just get it over with.
When
Get
I
married.
said you were going to get a ring this year, I didn't. This wasn't the one I was talking about.
Well, it's not. Hopefully, it's not the only
Okay.
one I get. I mean,
All
it'd be nice to get more than just this one.
Good to talk to you, CJ.
All right, thanks, Dan.
All right, CJ Wilson. Ooh, the Mike Napoli topic. That was left turn there. I wasn't bringing it up. He did, and then I thought, well, I at least have to let people know. And then all of a sudden it was, I got to get my sponsor plug in here. Okay. He's still fun, though. He's fun. Seton likes him because he's a surfing dude, and, right? Every time, yeah. It's like CJ Wilson. Yeah, dude, I like you, man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun.